This video will show you a different way that you can drive your tasks and specifically going a different direction than the normal predecessor relationships. Now normally what happens is the task at the lower end or at the end of the predecessor relationships gets pushed out the farthest from when the start date is. You'll see this is a better example to see in maybe a Gantt chart. Each task cascades one after the other and pushes out cut POs at the very end. What you can also do in Project Insight is you can have a hard set date being cut POs as maybe this date having to happen and was scheduled to happen long ago at the end of August. Now that the date was set, now you need to drive these schedules of all of the stuff that has to happen before that backwards. So this task, send billing, has to happen just before cut POs. Same as this task, just after that, or just before that. PM review just before that, and so on, meaning that this date back here is going to push all the way back depending on how far up this date is. Now the way to do that is first you'll need to clear out all of the predecessor relationships on all these tasks because we're going to have to change the order of the predecessors. Now through the magic of television, I'll go ahead and pause and you'll see that change just right now. Now you'll see all of the predecessors have been cleared out. And now what I'm going to do is instead of send billing to be the predecessor of cut POs is going to be the predecessor of send billing. So I'm going to go ahead and choose send billing. I'm going to select cut POs as the predecessor, but then instead of finish to start, which is the default, I'm going to do start to finish. Now that date that was already set with the customer that you were going to cut the PO was on 8/31, so that's a hard set date, it's a must start on, so that's not moving. But what's moving is the predecessor, which is send billing. Now because of that, this task ends on the 30th and then picks right up on the 31st. So it's actually cut POs that's pushing the dates backwards. Now I'm going to do another pause and then we're going to see as I add make PM requested changes as the predecessor for send billing and move that backwards all the way up to the top. Now see I made those changes to each one of these tasks and each predecessor of each task is the task that comes before it. So you'll see send billing, set billing, make PM requested changes, make PM requested changes, and you'll see that instead of finish to start, which is the normal, they're all start to finish, the SF. So if we follow the dates, the 31st, back up to the 30th, to the 24th, the 23rd, to the 17th, 16th, 10th, all the way back to July. Now just like the beginning, it's easier to see this in the Gantt chart. That cut PO is that hard set date that was already decided. It's not moving, but it is pushing the dates backwards all the way up to the top of the task list. This has been a good overview for how you can make tasks drive backwards compared to the normal predecessor relationship or waterfall methodology that pushes tasks downward.